What is cracking, yo? So I'm back again. This time I'm not doing any vlog. I'm just telling you guys a story. So today is story time for me. I hope you guys are having a lovely time. As you know, it is becoming closer to summer in Canada, so I am so hot, guys. My makeup that I have on, it's so watery now because it is so hot. Like, it is hot. Like, this weather is not made for makeup. When it gets hot in Canada, it's not made for makeup. Trust me, guys, I know what I'm telling you. It is not made for makeup. Anyways, let me get to my story time. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story how me and my cousins and one of our friends got away from school and we went swimming in a trench. If you guys know, I am Guyanese. I'm 100% Guyanese. I came here 5 years ago. I came to Canada 5 years ago, and trust me, I miss my country. And yes, I go back home, and yes, I remember all the bad little things we did when we were younger. Well, not all, but most of it. Well, this story I remember because it was something memorable for me, you know, when you want to be that little rebellious kid when you're young and you just do the stupidest things ever. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. But anyways, this is the story. Okay, this is a story, not tutorial. I'm the tutorial. But so it was me, my cousin, and my cousin Ashana, and my cousin Keyville, and my other cousin Rebecca, and Keyville, my cousin called Keyville, his friend Shimrai. So we're like, oh, one day we're in school and whatever, and we're like, oh, let's go and swim in his neighborhood, in my cousin Keyville, in his friend's neighborhood. So we're like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, we got home, and usually we all go to my house and we all eat lunch, or we chill at my house and do whatever we gotta do at my house because no one's ever home. My mom's always at work, so we used to have a party up in my house, I'm telling you. But not like that, like a party as in like we'll all come home and we'll eat, we'll do our homework, everything in that house. But anyways, this was the story. So my cousin Keyville, he had a bike, and his friend Shimroy, he had a bike, and they were so into this bike situation, it was not even funny. Like, these guys had bikes always. They always had bikes, and it will take them from A to B. It doesn't matter if they're traveling for humpteen, it doesn't matter, humpteen kilometers or whatever you want to call it. They will take that bike and take them from one point to the other point. Trust me, these guys were not playing with the bikes. Anyways, so they're like, oh, let's go swim in a trench. And I was like, actually they didn't say trench, they actually said let's go swim. Okay, and I was like, fine, let's go swim. I got away with my cousins, and this time we're in our uniforms, you know. Where I go to school, we always had to have our uniform on to go to school. We can't go with casual clothes. You know, you come to Canada, you go with whatever you want. You want to go with the pom-pom shots, you want to go with this tank top, you want to go with the belly out, skin out, everything out. No, you cannot do that back home. You need to make sure that your uniform is good and intact and you're wearing it properly. Couldn't have bangs. There was a point where we were allowed to, but then eventually they're like, oh, girls are coming in too much fashion, too much style, so they're like, cut that out. Not happening. Anyways, and there was a time where they're like, oh, you guys need to wear like longer skirts, so your skirts had to be long past your knee. So they were not having it. Yeah, me, my cousin Ashana, and my cousin Rebecca, and my cousin Keyville and his friend, so we all decided that, you know what, let's get on our little bicycle and we're gonna go travel how far we want to go. So we're traveling from town. For anyone who knows, in Guyana, we're traveling from town and we're going all the way to Macau. This is like a good ride. We had to use like the main road that they use, the highway, to get there. So we're on a bike strolling down that road, and I can remember my cousin Ashana, she was on the same bike with me and my cousin Keyville. I was sitting there, like, in Guyana we have like a bar like on our bikes where we could sit down. Like, they make this special type of bar that fits perfectly on the bike. And yeah, you just turn your little sideways, you turn your body sideways, and you just put your little bum on that little piece of wood. I know your bum, you know what, your bum hurts after. It depends on how long you sit, but like sometimes I don't even feel it. Like, my bum does not hurt. But anyways, so I just fit my little bum on that thing, and we're just there riding down. I remember my cousin Ashana, she was like behind, and you know, on some bikes they have like a little stand in the back of it by the wheels. I think that was the big thing back in the days, like to have that stand there on your bike. But anyways, my cousin didn't have one on his bike, so she was basically putting her shoes on like the screws that hold the wheel together. So it was so funny because you could see her punishing to like keep her foot there. And the thing is, when we got there, it was so funny because when she got off the bike, her whole skirt was full of mud. Like, it was full with mud, because where that neighborhood was, it wasn't like streets well done or anything. The streets didn't do the streets at all. They just left it like the way how it is, all muddy and sandy. It was just the same way. And yeah, I can remember us riding through in the neighborhood, and then all of a sudden she got off the bike, and I remember her skirt being very messy with mud. Anyway, so we got to his friend's house, Shimrai's house, and he's like, oh, are you guys ready to swim? We chilled for a bit, and then like we all started changing our swimming clothes, changing and putting on our swimming clothes, and they're like, oh, let's go. So now we're on our way there. In my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to some big ass nice pool and we're gonna swim. He has a pool at his house. This time the guy did not even have a pool at his house. We had to walk to the location where the pool was supposed to be. And guess what? It wasn't even a pool. It wasn't even a pool. When we got there, it was like this big ass trench with a whole bunch of Maka people sitting around the trench, and who was jumping in or who wasn't jumping in. It was so funny that I thought I was going to an actual pool, and then it turns out to be like I'm going to a trench. But anyways, so me and my cousin, we all got in the water and whatever. We got in the trench, whatever you want to call it. And we're just there chilling on the side, and my cousin Keyville, well, before we got there, he was there boasting about, yeah, I can swim and I know how to swim, blah 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 blah. When we got there, he's like, yeah, he's jumping in the water and he's swimming fine and everything. But then also where that trench was, there was like a bridge right over the trench, and a lot of guys, they were like jumping down and jumping in the water and whatever. We're just there sitting on the side having fun and with our foot in the water and whatever. And my cousin Keyville, I remember him jumping off the bridge because he decided he wanted to jump off the bridge and feel like how all the other guys was feeling. So he decided to jump off the bridge, and I swear to God, this guy just said he could swim. He could swim. The guy jumped off the bridge, and guys, he was legit drowning, okay? And I could remember, all I remembered was like looking at him, and I was scared. On the inside I was scared, but I didn't show it on the outside. Like, I was freaking scared, guys. And my other two cousins, they were just there laughing their ass off. They're like, ah, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, what? In my head, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why are they laughing? He's like freaking drowning. He's like begging for help and bubbling up water in his throat, and you guys are like laughing at him. It was so funny though. After he like got up and he got out of the water and whatever, he was good. He didn't drown or anything, but we were all laughing at the fact that he was the one who was boasting like, yes, I can swim, I could swim, I know how to swim, I teach y'all how to swim. It was so funny that the fact that he did not even know how to swim in the deep section of the trench, and he almost drowned it. And what were we supposed to do? Go in and drown too? Hell no, we weren't gonna do that. But we were gonna get someone to help him for sure. But we thought he was joking, you know? We thought he was making a joke, so we started laughing like it was funny. But yeah, we ended up getting out the trench, and then we like walked through the neighborhood. And then we went back to Shimrai's house, And I can remember us like getting showered and everything, and we were clean, wiped off our skin and everything, and we got back in our bikes and rode straight back home exactly at 3 o'clock. So no one knew that we were missing from school at a certain time. Like, we went to school in the morning, but we left around, like, I think it was around lunchtime. And yeah, we got back home by 3 o'clock, so no one knew that we skipped class. But skipping class was a regular thing for me because I just never took school that serious. I don't know what happened to me. Like, the first time I went to school, the first level, like, I did so good. Like, I was so good. Like, I topped the whole level, because my school that I went to, I was higher than that school. My level of education was higher than the school that I went to, but I topped the whole level. And then after that, I saw boys and things went down. Well, things didn't really go down, but I just got so fascinated about this whole high school life. Everything changed for me. So yeah, I was a school skipper. I'll admit it. I was a hell damn school skipper, and I'm definitely not proud of it. But yeah, I was a big time school skipper. So yes, and that was my story time about how we got away from school and went to swim in a trench, and my cousin almost died, and we were just laughing about it like it was funny. But thank God he's here and alive, and thank God I've learned my lesson from the stupid stuff that we did back in the days. Like, I don't think it will ever happen, and I just pray that my kids never ever make that decision to like decide to just go jump in a trench and swim. A trench is not a pool, and the people around the trench, they probably could save you, but they're not a lifeguard, you know? So yeah, I think it was very dumb of us to do that. Anyways guys, thank you for watching my story time, and I hope you guys come back to watch more videos of me. And please check out my vlogs of Guyana. You'll probably like it.